Hello my beautiful friends, it's Mimi here today, and guess what I'm gonna be doing today? I'm gonna do another round of Q&A, so you guys get to ask me any question on Snapchat and I get to answer it right here live on my phone. So I did this last month, you guys really enjoyed it, I really enjoyed it, so I'm planning to do this every single month, so make sure you follow me on Snapchat because that's where you get to submit the question, and you don't need to do it right now. I just announce it usually 24 hours before I film, and then you have 24 hours to submit the questions. So I am very excited, and this always feels a bit nerve-wracking and exhilarating, but it's a good kind of feeling. Alright, so let's do this. There's a lot of submissions this time. I don't know if I'm gonna go through all of them, but I'll do my best to go through as many as I can. Alright, guys, ready? Let's go.
So I wanted to ask you what foundation, what blush, what lip gloss, basically what you do in your daily makeup routine. Take care!
That's a big question. What blush, what foundation? I mean, I pretty much wear the same things every single day, and I have a very tiny cosmetic bag. And if you look at it, you're probably gonna laugh, because if you look at my bronzer, blush, or anything that I have, I pretty much wear it until there's like a big hole and I need to go and get a new product. And I like to use Josie Maran. I have different brands, it's not just one brand that I use. That's why, you know, if I sit down and talk about all of it, it's gonna be a separate video. But I tend to gravitate towards more natural brands, such as Josie Maran is my favorite. There's Hourglass. It's not completely natural, but it doesn't test on animals. Yeah, let me know if it's something you guys are interested in. I'll do a separate video on it because it's definitely something that I cannot cover in a minute or two, but I would say I basically use foundation, bronzer, blush, mascara, eyeliner. As you guys know, I love wearing eyeliner, and then some shadows, and that's what I do. It's very basic, it's very simple, and yeah, that's how I like it.
Hey baby, I was wondering, do you have a car?
I don't have a car, and I don't plan on getting a car. I feel great not having a car, not having the responsibility, not having to drive. I prefer walking or taking public transportation or biking. I really love biking.
Hi Mimi.
Hi.
I really love you. My question is, when you make a decision, how do you stick to it, and how do you be consistent?
I think her question is, when I make a decision, how do I stick to my decision? I think to me, that's something that comes quite natural. I am a very decisive person, and when I make a decision, I never look back. For example, back in the day when I had boyfriend, I don't know why I keep holding my phone like this. It's like, I feel like you're still there and I'm talking to you. This is so weird. So back in the day when, you know, I would break up with a boyfriend, I would never look back. It's almost like I close the door and I never look back. I think it's something that is just a natural quality of mine.
Hey Mimi, I was wondering what your position was at the bank, and I'd also like to mention that your videos are a huge inspiration. Please keep it up. I love them.
Thank you so much. When I used to work at a bank, for some of you that don't know, I used to work at a bank for about, I think about 4 or 5 years. I started as a CSR, so basically customer service. If somebody comes into the bank and they want to take out cash, deposit cash, get a bank transfer, or do a bank transfer, or get a money order or anything like that, I would be the person that they would go to. Well, I started actually as a co-op student, then I got the job. So when I started, I was still in high school. It was my last year of high school. Then I got the job at the bank, and then I was later promoted to a branch ambassador. So basically I was at the front, like when somebody would enter the branch, I had my own little desk, and I would greet them, and I would sort of direct them wherever they needed to go, and I would do some transactions as well. So that's what I did at the bank. She'll probably ask me maybe because she's interested in working there. All right, let's go to the next one.
Hi Mimi.
Hi.
So I wanted to ask, what is your makeup skincare routine?
That seems to be a very popular question, and I wonder if I should do a video about it. Again, my routine is very simple, very basic. You can see some of my routine in my morning and night routine videos that are here on my channel. I'm gonna link it down below so you'll see what skincare I use. As for makeup, like I mentioned earlier, it's very simple. I just use a bit of foundation. I use Bare Minerals powder, I guess that's what you call it, to kind of even out the foundation. Then I use just bronzer, a little bit of a blush, mascara, fill in my eyebrows, and some eyeshadows as well.
Hi Mimi, my name is Ruchi. I'm from India. I love you a lot. I'm a huge fan. I want to ask you what inspires you the most. Love you, and please come to India. Please come to India soon. It would be awesome to meet you. Love you.
I'll definitely go to India at one point. What inspires me? I would say everything and anything. I find inspiration in the little things such as nature. Sometimes I go to a park and I just like observe trees and animals. I think animals inspire me a lot actually. I just like observing animals and just seeing natural organic life in the wild. But that's not the only thing. I also find just random people inspiring, people that I meet day to day. And then just reading self-growth books. You know how they say self-help? I call it self-growth. So reading a lot of self-growth books from other people who've lived interesting lives or who have something to share with the world, that inspires me to be better, live better life, and just be more balanced.
Hey Mimi, it's Marissa. I love your videos and everything that you do because you're a beautiful, down-to-earth person. I was just wondering, have you always been interested in writing?
I have always been interested in writing. That's an interesting question that you asked. When I was little, I actually used to publish my own magazine. Publish, and by publish I mean I would stitch papers together and I would draw everything. So I would create an issue of a magazine and then I would write out articles and draw pictures, and the only person who was subscribed to the magazine was me. And then later in my life I would really want to write a fictional book, so I would imagine these stories in my head. I was always very imaginative, like I would be like lost in my thoughts and daydreaming. So when I was, I would say about 20 years old, I spent some time and I even wrote a few chapters of a novel I was writing. So I would go to a cafe and like give myself a cappuccino and be like, I'm a writer, I'm writing. But now the book that I'm writing is, it's non-fiction, so it's more a directional book of some experiences of mine and my friends, and it's a relationship book, and that's all I'm gonna say right now. I'm super excited. The first draft of the book is almost finished and just there's still a lot of work to do, of course, but if you want to know more about it, make sure to sign up on my blog. If you go to www.mimiikonn.com, you can subscribe to my newsletter, and of course you'll be receiving any new videos that I post and any new updates, but also when the book launches, you'll be the first to find out. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of exciting things.
Hi Mimi, I'm from Norway and I love you so much.
She's so cute.
And I'm so excited for the book. And my question is, how long is the book?
There's a lot of questions that people ask about the book because the people that follow me on Snapchat, they saw something that I posted on Snapchat. So how long is the book? The book is gonna be about, I would say, anywhere from 100 to 140 pages. The reason it's a big gap right now is because we're gonna add some illustrations and some quotes. Once the book is finished, we're gonna make it pretty and cute, and that of course will take a little bit more pages in the book. But overall, it's gonna be short, sweet, and simple book. Very simple. I think that was one of the main things that I wanted to accomplish with this book, is to simplify the idea that everyone can get it when they read it. So yeah.
Hey Mimi, when will you be coming back to South America? I live in Peru and I would love you to see the beauty of my country. Lots of love to you and Alex. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. She's so beautiful. Everyone is so beautiful. I've never been to Peru. Last year we went to Brazil and Argentina, and we're definitely gonna go back to South America because there's so much to see. The reason it's just harder to get there because it's so far, and when we go, we really need to go for at least a week or two because you're not gonna fly that far and only spend a few days. So it's just a matter of planning it and scheduling it in our travel. This is so exciting.
It's Dee all the way from Toronto. I love you. I was just wondering, what kind of key pieces should we have in our closet? Alright, have a nice day. Kisses.
Thank you. Oh, what kind of key pieces should we have in our closet? So, of course, it depends on your lifestyle. I mean, I'm gonna start with that. If you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're an entrepreneur like myself, for example, and you're working from your own office, you get to sort of decide on what dress code you have, and whether you work at a corporate job and you have a strict wardrobe, that's a very different thing. Or if you're in school, again, whether you need to wear a uniform or not, all those things, of course, matter in terms of what you're gonna have in your closet. However, if you just look at the basics of what every human being needs, I would say key is to have a great pair of good quality jeans. Jeans is something you can wear anywhere, to a nice evening out with a cute little blazer, and you know, when you're done your hair and makeup. You know, jeans are such a basic that you can wear it down or dress it up with heels or with flats or with running shoes. So jeans, good quality jeans would be one. blazers, so something that again you can wear to work or something that can transition into everyday life as well. I always look for items that are versatile and that can be worn to more than one occasion, and those are the things I usually invest in. Again, one other thing that I would mention, if you live in a place that's cooler and colder, let's say like Toronto or like London, because we do have a winter here as well, not as cold, then definitely investing in a good warm coat, because that's the thing you're gonna wear every day and you want to make sure that you feel great when you put it on. So those are some items. Of course there's more. I think that's a great topic for a video. If you want to see it, let me know down below, but those are my 3 favorites.
Hi Mimi, I love you.
Hello.
My question to
I love
you
you
is,
too.
can you do more cooking videos, and if you had to give up one thing in your life, what would it be?
2 very different questions. If you would give up one thing. Okay, I'll start with the cooking. The reason I don't really do cooking on my channel is because I specifically want to keep it more lifestyle in terms of travel and fashion and self-growth. I don't want it to be too generic. I don't want to do everything, workouts, fashion, beauty, whatever. I mean, fashion I want, but not cooking. So although I'm gonna sip in some cooking videos, maybe in some of my vlogs, so when I do some vlogs, make sure to watch it, because I'll probably mention some things that I eat or some things that I cooked in the day. However, if you really want to see my cooking videos, and I do cook a lot throughout the day, I eat in at least once or twice a day, then definitely just subscribe to my Snapchat, because I share a lot of my recipes there. It's so fun. I find it's really great creative outlet for me when I cook, just to quickly snap everything that I'm doing and share it with you guys. So if you want to see more of my cooking, then make sure to be on Snapchat. Oh, and the second question was, if I had to give up anything, what would it be? It's a big question. I guess we're talking about material possessions. What would I be able to give up? Well, I think I can already say I gave up my car, because I don't want to have a car. I could give up many material things. I mean, I really am not, I'm not too like possessed with any of my possessions. I always tell Alex, if I had to give my wardrobe like away in a day, I could, because as much as I enjoy wearing everything that's in my closet, I don't feel attached to any of it. I could just drop it all and move to a new place tomorrow. Like, I feel like I'm a bit of a gypsy at heart, and I could start from zero. So for me, it's actually very easy to give up any of the material things in my life, because I don't put too much meaning on them.
Hey Mimi, first of all I want to say that I love you and Alex.
Aw, I love
and my
you
question
too.
is, how do you see yourself in 5 years in your personal and professional life? Love you guys, lots of kisses.
That's a big question, girl. How do I see myself? I'll try to just highlight some things. I want to travel more. I want to see more of the world. Professionally, I want to launch this business that I've been working on for the last 2 years, and it's been a lot of work, and I just try not to feel too defeated, because I'm not exactly where I want it to be yet. So I want to launch that business that I'm working on. I'm just gonna say it has something to do with fashion, and start a family. So that's all.
Mimi,
Hey.
what do you say back to someone who's constantly being rude to you to your face without being rude back?
I would just try to stay away from that person. There's nothing you can say to a rude person to make them change themselves. Of course you can. I think step number 1 is acknowledging to them that whatever they're saying is rude, because sometimes people don't mean to be rude. Sometimes they're simply just not aware that they are rude. It could come from just their upbringing. Maybe people cursed and were rude to them when the person was young, or like parents or just family around them. So they might think that's the norm to be rude. So first is acknowledge to them that whatever they're saying to you is not nice and it's making you feel a certain way. But if you see that the behavior is not changing, then I would just avoid the person and try to stay away from them, because nobody should treat you like that, girl.
Hey Mimi, I was wondering what your favorite healthy food or drinks at the moment are. Love you.
Oh, it's a tough one because I have so many. I would say food, it would be dried snacks. So I buy this dried strawberries and dried pumpkins. They come, I have them here actually, but not with me right now. So they're really great snack because they're, I feel like they're air dried, or it's like a special container when they dry them. So it's got like no oil, no sugar, nothing added. It's just pure fruit and it's a bit crunchy when you eat it. And then favorite drink, it would be a toss between coconut water and almond milk.
Mimi, so I was wondering, what are your tips on working out and staying in shape? I love you. Bye.
Oh, I love you too. Just being active, that would be the biggest tip, is not to sit at home in the same position for too long or sit in front of a computer for the same position and too long, because our lifestyle now requires us to be so like in one place, because most of what we do has to do with technology nowadays. So to move more, I think that's something that every single one of us can do. At least go for a walk for 30 minutes up to an hour every single day. If you have to go to a store and it's not too far, instead of driving, walk there. And if you drove there, then park your car as far as you can and walk to that store. So doing little things like that, those of you that watch me a lot would know that I don't take elevators. Even if I'm going somewhere and it's like a 10th floor, I'm still gonna walk. I don't take escalators, I take stairs. So taking those little steps first, and then of course having some kind of a workout regime that you can stick to. I think that's the key, because a lot of people try to be perfect and sign up to all these things that they cannot actually commit in their lifestyle. So figure out your schedule, and then scheduling workouts or classes such as yoga or Pilates or dancing, anything that you enjoy. The reason why I put this focus on enjoyment is because if you don't enjoy it, you will not be able to stick to it long term. So make sure that you choose some activity, physical activity, that will strengthen you, but it's also something that you enjoy, and that way you can do it long term sustainably.
Hi Mimi!
Hi.
I love your videos and you're so pretty. I was wondering what your favorite Azerbaijani food is. Bye!
My favorite Azerbaijani food is green beans with, well, not everyone adds eggs to it, but it's usually green beans with some onions sauteed. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So you saute the green beans and then you add usually tomatoes and some egg to it. Some people don't add the egg, so it's an optional step, but I love green beans, so that's definitely my favorite. Yeah, if I had to choose one, that would be it.
Hi Mimi, I was wondering what advice you had on laziness and not being lazy. Okay, bye.
Laziness is an epidemic of our generation because life is just honestly too comfortable right now. People have never had it so easy as we do right now. We don't need to go and plant our own food and then forage our own food and pick it up from farms. We can just go to supermarket, everything's ready. Life is just too comfortable, and I think what's important to realize is that you need to get yourself out of that comfort zone if you want to live life and experience life. And I think that's the first step to understanding and accepting the fact that, okay, I'm lazy and I want to do something about it. And then the second thing you can do is just, spend some time and ask yourself, what are some things you want to do with your life, and then structure it into your everyday life. So get a planner, weekly planner, and everyday schedule what you're gonna do. And one book I'm gonna recommend for you to read on this subject is really tiny. You can read it or you can listen to it. It's literally like 2 hours audiobook. It's called Do the Work by Steven Pressfield. Every time I feel a little bit of procrastination creeping in, I listen to that book and I'm back on track.
Hi Mimi,
Hi.
I wanted to ask you if you are a religious person. A lot of love from Israel.
I wouldn't call myself a religious person, although even in high school I took a world religion class. I'm very fascinated about learning about different religions. As a child, my parents would take me to church and mosque, so I've been exposed to all kinds of different religions, and I love learning about them. However, I personally, although I accept all religions, I do not practice any religion. I look at the world, and I've always looked at the world this way since I was a little girl. I just look at the world as one home, like one planet, and we're one species, humans, and I don't see anything separating us. I see us all as a big, massive family that lives on this planet. So my religion, if I had to pick one, would be love.
Hi Mimi, I'm from Venezuela. I love your videos and your
So
vlog.
beautiful.
I just wanted to ask you, what are the 3 most important things for you in a relationship?
Great question. Same values, same mission in life, because that's what's gonna connect you together. And then unconditional love. That's really, really big. Because if you don't have that, if somebody is trying to possess you and change you into something, then it's not the kind of relationship I would want to be in.
Hi Mimi, I love your channel. I just wanted to know, how do you find yourself motivated to eat healthy even while on vacation?
That's a great question. The way I keep myself motivated to eat healthy, whether I'm on vacation or not, is because I look at my body as a temple. And I know it sounds cliche, but really, we're all made out of energy, and this energy lives in this body, and if I don't take care of this body, it's not gonna last for long, is it? So that is the main motivation. I look at food not as pleasure, and that's I think how most people look at it, but I look at it as fuel. However, it can still be pleasurable. I honestly think that, not honestly, but I mean I crave, actually, now that I'm used to eating healthy, I crave veggies and fruit. I love it. Like, I get so excited to eat healthy because it makes me feel good. So the motivation is knowing that I'm nourishing my body, but also the after effect is that I feel great after I eat a healthy meal, as opposed to, you know, something greasy, or like, you know, once in a while I'll cheat and have something and then like I just don't feel good. So I actually do that less and less in my everyday life, or if I'm on vacation.
Hi Mimi, thanks
Hi.
for doing a Q&A. What is the one thing you miss most about living in Canada?
One thing that I miss about living in Canada is definitely my family. I miss them a lot. It's tough, you know, like you can't really see and touch and hug them. And as great as Skype and text messaging is, because back in the day people had to write letters and wait months and months, it's still not the same as real human contact when you have the person in the same space. But I'm not complaining because, you know, we get to travel to Toronto every few months and I get to see them still quite often.
Hi Mimi, hi Alex, love you guys. So my question is to you, Mimi, is your cookbook still available to buy?
The cookbook is still available, and I'm gonna link the website here and down below, and yes, you can still buy it and will ship worldwide. And if you haven't heard about my cookbook before, it's very simple. My favorite recipes, healthy, delicious, nutritious, sugar, gluten, dairy free, and the recipes are super simple. It's about 5 to 7 ingredients for every recipe, and it all has pictures. Anyways, I'm not gonna stop rambling. I'll just link it down below. So yeah, if you wanna get a copy, you can find it there.
Hi Mimi, I'm Emma from the US, and I'm wondering what your favorite fall accessory is. Love you!
It's funny because she's wearing a scarf. So you're wearing my favorite fall accessory, scarves, because you know in the fall you get a lot of wind chill, and that's like one thing that like just keeps your neck warm and makes everything feel more cozy and warm. Why am I holding this in my hand? So definitely scarves.
Hi Mimi.
Hi.
My question is, if you were trying to convince someone to move to London, where would you take them first on a visit?
Sounds like somebody's trying to convince somebody to move to London. I would take the person to all the beautiful parks that are in London, like Hyde Park, Regent's Park. To me, nature is very important. That's why we live in London, because there's a lot of green space. So I would take the person to all these parks that I mentioned and just do more research. There's so many around London. So just take them to the parks, and then yeah, I think take them around West London, because that's the most beautiful parts of London.
Hi Mimi, it's Amanda. I'm from France, and I love you so much, and I
love you
just wanted to
too.
know, how can you deal with negativity all day?
I have a video on negativity, so I would definitely recommend watching it, because that covers all the points on negativity. I think I just got a message from my dad. But basically, if you want to avoid negativity, then you have to avoid places and people that bring that negativity to you. So you have to identify what those are and then eliminate that from your life.
Hi Mimi, my question is, how do you always push yourself to look good and feel good, especially in the morning? Because I always find it so hard to do.
I just know that if I put in that effort to make myself look good and feel good, and by that I mean just, you know, dressing up, putting a little bit of effort in the way I look and putting on some makeup, it just makes me feel put together. It makes me feel great, and I always say, if you look good, you feel good, and if you feel good, you do good. So it just all goes hand in hand, and I don't do it for the world. I do it for myself first, because that's the most important person that's in my life. It's just me. So do it for yourself and just try it. Maybe do a challenge of 30 days doing it every single day, and you'll see the difference it makes in your everyday life.
Hi Mimi.
Hi.
I hope you're having a good day.
Thank
I just
you.
want to know, what is your new book going to be about? Love you.
So my new book is gonna be about relationships, and it's gonna focus on, I don't know how much I wanna give away at this point, but I would say it's going to make life so much more simpler, and it's gonna put a lot of things into perspective, and it's gonna make a lot of things clear in your life. But ultimately what it's gonna do is gonna make you have a more healthier, balanced life, better relationship with yourself, and a better relationship with the world.
Hi Mimi,
Hi.
I'm from Mexico. My question for you is, if you could go back in time and give an advice to your 16-year-old self, what would you tell younger and why?
It would be to start meditating. I wish somebody told me when I was 16 to start doing it. It's much harder to start doing it when you're older. I mean, it's never too late to start doing it, but the earlier you start doing it, the better you will be physically, mentally, emotionally. So that's what I would do. I would say go and meditate.
Hi Mimi, what's your favorite book and what's your favorite movie?
Ooh, my favorite book, if I had to just pick one, which is super tough because I love reading. Favorite book would be Alchemist by Paulo Coelho because I'm a big dreamer and the book is about dreaming and believing that, you know, universe is a magical place. So that's why I love that book. And favorite movie, again, I have quite a lot, but if I had to pick one, it would be Life or Something Like It. It's got Angelina Jolie in it. Like, this is an old movie. So the main character who Angelina plays, she finds out that she's about to die. And she's young and beautiful and she's got everything going. So it's like, it's her journey and like what she ends up doing. It's like, and the ending is completely unexpected. So I would recommend watching it. It's super cool. Life or Something Like It.
Hey Mimi,
Hi.
do you think love is about finding the right person, or is it your choice to love someone? Thank you, love you.
It's an interesting question. I would say it's still about finding the right person because I don't believe you can force yourself to love somebody who is not right for you. You can love everyone and accept everyone, but to live with someone, to sleep with someone in the same bed, it has to be like love. You have to find the right person and you sort of know it in your heart. Although you might not know it right away, eventually as you date, you should know, I think.
Hi Mimi,
Hi.
this is Mel from Denmark. I just want to say that I love you so much. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Oh, that's all. I love you too. All right, that was a lot of questions. I absolutely love meeting you guys almost in person. This feels so real. It's like I'm talking to you guys. So I'm gonna be doing another episode next month. So make sure you tune in and make sure that you submit a question on Snapchat. I love you guys very much. If you have any other questions that you want to ask me right now, you can do that so by leaving me a comment down below. If you enjoy watching these Q&As, make sure to put a big thumbs up. It's gonna totally make my day and it's gonna show me that you want to see more of these. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day wherever you are. I love you. Bye.